What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Keaton back with another video. As always, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe. Link is in the description below as I get into my Week 15 NFL predictions. So let's not waste any time here. Let's get into these picks. Last week went 9-6, which is a bounce back week for me. Season 126-80, which is solid there. So let's just finish the season strong here as we got 4 games left in the season. NFL playoff picture. Start the AFC, the division leaders, Ravens, Dolphins, Chiefs, Jags, wild card teams, Browns, Steelers, Colts, and all the teams in the hunt, Texans, Broncos, Bengals, Bills, Chargers, Raiders, Jets, Titans. NFC side, division leaders, 49ers, Cowboys, Lions, Bucks, wild card teams, Eagles, Vikings, Packers, and teams in the hunt, Rams, Seahawks, Falcons, Saints, Giants, and Bears. Thursday Night Football edition, we have the Los Angeles Chargers at the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders favored by 3 points. Chargers coming off a home loss to the Denver Broncos 24-7. Not much to say about the Chargers. They couldn't get anything going throughout the entire game against a really good Broncos defense. You have to give the Broncos the credit. They shut down Justin Herbert and company in that offense. Couldn't get anything going with the run game, in the passing game, pretty much all of the above. Chargers they just couldn't get anything going throughout that game there. The Las Vegas Raiders came off a low-scoring loss to the Vikings at home, 3-0. Like I said before in last week's video, it was going to come down to which quarterback can take care of the football, which quarterback is going to turn the ball over. And Abe McConnell had a few turnovers in that game that really cost the Raiders the win there. Obviously, they still had a chance to win that game, but like I said, the turnovers late really cost the Vikings there late. So you have to give the Vikings credit there. They played solid defense that whole game, even though they didn't do anything offensively either. But overall in this game, there's no Justin Herbert this week, so I'm going to roll with the Vegas Raiders 13-10. Not much to say about that. There's not going to be much offense in this game. It's going to be pretty much a slugfest in this one. So give me the Raiders at home 13-10 on Thursday Night Football. Saturday games, we have the Minnesota Vikings at the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals favored by 3.5. Vikings coming off a low-scoring, ugly win at the Raiders 3-0. Not much to say about that game, obviously. The offense didn't do anything the entire game, but the defense obviously made plays, got a turnover late against Abe McConnell, and pretty much sealed the game there. The Cincinnati Bengals coming off a dominant win at home against the Indianapolis Colts, 34-14. I really liked what I've seen from the Bengals offense. Browning played a phenomenal game along with the Bengals receivers. The run game was pretty stout in that game. The defense really shut down Gardner Minshew and that Colts offense, who's been pretty hot as of late. So you really have to give the Bengals credit, even though there's no Joe Burrow. They still put themselves in position to possibly make a wild card berth in that type of deal. But overall in this game, I like the Cincinnati Bengals 23-13 at home. I just think they're the better football team in this game. Obviously, Josh Dobbs not getting the start. He's pretty much benched and stuff like that. So, but I think the Bengals have a lot more momentum going their way right now. So give me the Bengals by 10 points at home. Next game, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Indianapolis Colts. Colts favored by 2.5. Steelers coming off of a loss last Thursday night at home to the Patriots, 21-18. Obviously, there was no Kenny Pickett in that game. He was out with an injury. Trubisky pretty much got the start, and he didn't really do much really throughout that game, really into the second half when he started turning up a little bit, but it didn't make much of a difference there. The Steelers continue to, disappoint. You know what I'm saying? Especially on the offensive side. You would think you would see more improvement on that side with, Matt Canada being gone, but it just hasn't really, it just hasn't really threaded the needle for me. It hasn't made much of a difference for them offensively. They're still struggling to get the ball down the field on a consistent basis. The defense continues to be continues to be consistent for them on that side, even though they did let up 21 points in the first half to a Patriots team that's been struggling on offense all year. The Colts coming off of a road loss at the Bengals, 34-14. Not much to say about the Colts. Couldn't get any offense going in that game. Obviously, just plain and simple, they just lost to the better team in the Bengals. The Bengals punched them in the mouth throughout that whole game there. But overall in this game, yes, the Steelers have had the Colts number in years past, but I don't trust Kenny Pickett on the road to give me the dub. So give me the Colts here, 21-17. I just like them a lot more. I think obviously they're fighting for their playoff spot as well. This is a big game for both teams, obviously, for playoff positioning, but I just think the Colts are a better team here at home. I like them to bounce back here big time at home here against the Steelers, 21-17. Next game, we have the Denver Broncos at the Detroit Lions. Lions fair by 5. The Broncos coming off a dominant road win at the Chargers 24-7. Like I said about the Broncos, ever since they gave up 70 points to the Dolphins earlier in the year, the defense has been locked down. They've been locked in on that side of the ball. Russell Wilson's playing really well right now. I like just the way they responded, from that time. They got blown out the way they did against the Dolphins, and everyone thought their season was over. Now here they are in the mix for possibly making the playoffs if things continue to trend in the right direction for them. The Detroit Lions came off of a disappointing loss at Chicago 28-13. Was not expecting them to lose. Everything, with the position the Lions were in, if they would have won that game, they would have put themselves right in position for the number one seed in the NFC, up there with the 49ers and the Cowboys and all those teams up there. But I think what ended up happening is I think they overlooked the Bears, and the Bears caught them off guard, and the Lions had no response. You have to give the Bears credit, obviously. The Justin Fields obviously played well. There's rumors about him possibly being moved after this season, but he definitely, I think he shut those rumors up the way he played against his Lions. The Lions defense has been very disappointing so far this season. I expected more from that side on that side of the ball, but they've just been getting up a lot of points on that side, so that's pretty concerning there. If you want to contend for a Super Bowl, the defense has to be better. But overall in this game, yes, this game's in Detroit, but I still like the Denver Broncos 23-21. I just think they're playing much better football right now on both sides, especially on the defense more than the Lions are right now. I think the Denver defense will give the Lions fits a little bit. And all Russell Wilson has to do is take care of the football and just be consistent, not be one-dimensional and stuff like that. You can just limit Jared Goff and stuff like that. So give me the Broncos here, 23-21 in Detroit. Next game, we have the Chicago Bears at the Cleveland Browns. Browns fair by 3 points. Chicago coming off the home win against their arch rival in Detroit Lions, 28-13. Really good win for the Chicago Bears there. Justin Fields obviously had a phenomenal game. The offense was pretty consistent throughout the entire game. Defense is playing a lot better ever since getting Montez Sweat at the trade deadline. It's definitely made the defense that much elite. Holding a pretty good Lions offense, only 13 points, is pretty impressive. And like I said, the Chicago Bears are sitting here. Obviously, they're 5-8, but they're still very well in the playoff mix if they continue to win games. And they pretty much have to win out, in my opinion. But if they continue to do what they need to do by winning these games and being consistent, I think they can put themselves up there with those teams fighting for the playoffs. The Cleveland Browns coming off of a win at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars, 31-27. Like I said about the Browns, they're Joe Flacco has been phenomenal for the Cleveland Browns. He's just the way he stepped in and just the way he's flinging that football down the field. He's a veteran quarterback that's won Super Bowls in the past. He gives the Browns obviously the best shot to win. And going along with that elite defense the Browns have, who's currently number one in all of football and stuff like that. So they got a lot of good things going on that side of football. So come down to this game, the Browns have been pretty dominant at home. They only have one loss at home so far this season. They pretty much know how to play Justin Fields and stuff like that. They beat him last year, the way they did last year. So give me the Cleveland Browns here, 20-16. I just think they're the better football team here. Obviously, they're sitting here at 8-5. I really like the things that Cleveland has going for them. They have a run game. They just have to continue to not make bonehead decisions, take care of the football, and play solid defense, contain Justin Fields and that Bears offense. I think they should be able to come out on top here in a close matchup. So 2016 Browns in Cleveland. Next game, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Green Bay Packers. Packers favored by 3 points. Tampa Bay coming off of a road win at the Atlanta Falcons, 29-25, highest scoring affair there. Like I said before, this NFC South is a mess right now. Every team is 6-7, obviously, other than Carolina. But looking at those teams right now, I think Tampa Bay is obviously the best team in this division right now. They're playing better and stuff like that. And like I said, they're on the road again. They continue just to play fundamentally sound football. Baker Mayfield continues to have a good day on that side. Mike Evans has a big game. They should be able to continue their streak here. The Green Bay Packers coming off of a disappointing loss at the Giants, 24-22. Obviously, a lot of people had that as a trap game. I thought the Packers would be able to go in there and take care of business. But they were pretty much in a dogfight that entire game against the Giants team, who's been pretty hot as of late. But like I said, the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love, obviously, they had a chance to win the game, but they just couldn't make enough plays down the stretch to beat the Giants there. So you have to give the Giants credit there. Overall in this game, I still like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to come out on top here, 23-20. I just think what it's going to come down to is I think Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans, that connection together, I think they'll make a little bit more plays than I think the Packers offense will. This should be a defensive, low-scoring game, but I trust Tampa Bay a little bit more on the road here. So give me the Tampa Bay 23-20 at Lambeau. Next game, we have the Houston Texans at the Tennessee Titans. Titans favored by 2.5. Texans coming off just a blowout loss at the Jets, 30-6. I was not expecting them to go in there and put up that type of performance. C.J. Stroud definitely looked like a rookie quarterback in that game. The Jets defense, you really have to give them credit. They played out of their minds that entire game. And the Jets actually had a lead for once. That was basically the difference in the game. They played from ahead, and their defense just locked down C.J. Stroud in the offense throughout that game there, and the Texans offense had no answers. The Titans coming off of a big time win at Miami, 28-27. That game was a mix of a lot of emotions for me. Watching that game, the way the Titans they competed up until the fourth quarter, and they had those 2 turnovers that put them down 27-13. I literally flipped to the Giants and Packers game because that game was getting towards the end of the game where the Giants had a chance to win the game. So I watched that for a little bit, and I flipped back 5 minutes later, and then Titans are down 27-21 with a chance to take the lead. This Titans team has a lot of fight in them. I really love Mike Vrabel. Will Levis is a dog. Like, that dude can play. Like, the Titans made a big-time move by making him the starting quarterback the remainder of the season. Obviously, Tannehill isn't the answer for the Titans. The Titans just have a lot of fight in them. I love Will Levis. They have a run game, Derrick Henry, and stuff like that. So I think what it comes down to in this game, I think they can run that ball and make the game ugly against a really good Texans team. So in that case, I'm taking the Titans 19-16, a low-scoring game. Like I said, they should be able to run the ball, win the time possession, and just play solid fundamental defense. And I trust Mike Vrabel in this situation, a veteran coach who has experience going up against the Texans team and C.J. Stroud. So give me the Titans here in a low-scoring game here. Next game, we have an AFC East showdown. We have the New York Jets at the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins favored by 8.5. The Jets coming off of a dominant win at home against the Texans, 30-6. Like I said, this is the first time I've seen the Jets offense look consistent, look fluid the entire game. I think what it came down to is, like I said, we all knew what the defense could do all season, play really sound football on that side, and they actually played from ahead. They actually had a lead early against the Texans. They put them on their heels, and all they had to do, Zach Wilson played a phenomenal game as well. He should have never been benched in the first place. Obviously, he gives you the best shot of winning and stuff like that. And the Jets defense continues to do their part on that side, playing lockdown defense the entire game. The Miami Dolphins coming off of a disappointing loss to the Titans at home, 20-27. Like I continue to say about the Dolphins, They have yet to be a team that's over 500 this season. So I can't really call them a Super Bowl contender until they actually prove to me that they can be an elite team that's over 500. They have yet to do that this season. And what happened with beating teams that are obviously bad? This is a bad Titans team, and you had a 27-13 lead, and you got complacent at the end of the game. And Titans just came down, they kept fighting, and they gave themselves a chance to win. And then, like I said, Tua continues to, when Tyreek Hill went out with the injury, where was Tua at for the game there for the rest of the game? He didn't show up and stuff like that. Very disappointing loss. Miami didn't take advantage of their opportunities. They would have won this game, would have put them at the number 1 seed. Now you're playing from behind. Now the Ravens are a game ahead of you and stuff like that. But overall in this game, I still like the Dolphins to rebound here 24-17. I think this will be a much closer game than what people think. Jets will play sound defense, give the Dolphins fits. But like I said, I trust the Dolphins playmakers a little bit more and stuff like that. So give me the Dolphins here by a touchdown at home. Next game, we have the Kansas City Chiefs at the New England Patriots. Chiefs favored by 9.5. Chiefs coming off of a home loss against the Buffalo Bills 20-17. This Chiefs offense is just not the same. Their receivers, they have 33 drops so far this season, which is the most in football. You're not going to win games by having that many drops. Like I said before, when it gets to the playoffs, when Patrick Mahomes needs his receivers to make a play, you have to be able to make those catches. And they're not doing that right now. And this is the reason why they're sitting here at 8-5 and possibly having to go on the road in the playoffs for the first time, and probably the first time ever under Patrick Mahomes being there as the Chiefs quarterback. The New England Patriots coming off of a road win at the Steelers last Thursday, 21-18. Best offense I've seen for the Patriots all season. Bailey Zappi obviously looked fluid. He looked comfortable throwing the ball in the pocket. The defense continues to be the spark on that side. They're, like I said, they're 8th in total defense, and it definitely showed against the Steelers. They really shut down Trubisky in that offense and stuff like that. Obviously, they didn't do anything in the second half, but like I said, their defense continues to make plays when it matters most. So in this game here, I think what it's going to come down to is a lot of people think this Chiefs team is just going to blow the Patriots out. I think the Patriots will cover. I think the Patriots will give the Chiefs fits. Like I said, the Chiefs' inability to catch the football and stuff like that. I think the Patriots' defense will be able to contain the receivers and frustrate Patrick Mahomes a little bit in this game. But I still like Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs 19-17. I just think they'll make a little bit more plays offensively. That'll give them just enough to win the game, a close ugly game in Foxborough here. So Chiefs 19-17 at New England. Next game, we have the New York Giants at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints favored by 6 points. Giants coming off a home win against the Packers 24-22. I really love what I'm seeing from Tommy DeVito in that offense. That dude's coming in just playing his style of play, beating himself out there, and just making plays on the field. He's not scared. He's just playing, like I said, he's playing with tremendous confidence right now. Saquon Barkley in that running game is pretty solid. And the defense obviously is getting it done too. So, they pretty much have everything going for them right now. They're on a little bit of a streak here and stuff like that. So they got a lot of good things going for them. If they continue to trend things the right direction, they can possibly find themselves in the playoff mix here. The New Orleans Saints coming off of a dominant win at home against the Panthers 28-6. I'm not going to get much into that game. Panthers are the worst team in football. The Saints just played fundamentally sound defense against Bryce Young. Bryce Young struggled the entire game. The Saints offense did pretty good there on that side. Derek Carr and one of his teammates did get into it a little bit on the field. But like I said, the defense played phenomenal the entire game. The Panthers had no answers against the Saints there. But overall in this game, this is one of my upsets. I like the Giants 20-19. Like I said, I just like what I've seen from the Giants and Tommy DeVito. Like I said, I think they have a lot of momentum going down, winning a game against the Packers, and they should be able to go down New Orleans and upset the Saints here. So give me the Giants 20-19 in New Orleans. Next game, we have the Atlanta Falcons at the Carolina Panthers. Falcons favored by 3 points. Falcons coming off of a loss, close loss at home to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 29-25. Like I said, the Falcons put themselves in position to win the game, but Desmond Ridder continues to put the ball in harm's way, and that's just it's gonna that could be a difference in them for them winning the division and with them missing the playoffs. If Desmond Ridder continues to turn the ball over at this time of year, the Falcons will not make the playoffs. It's just that simple to me. It comes down to Desmond Ridder at the end of the day to take care of the football. They have a good running game and stuff like that. The defense is kind of iffy here and there, but like I said, they're in a lot of these games. It just comes down to Desmond Ridder not turning the ball over, and putting the ball in harm's way. The Carolina Panthers coming off of a dominant loss at the Saints 28-6. I'm not gonna get much into that game. Like I said, Carolina's the worst team in football and stuff like that. They might win a game here late in the season, but I don't have them winning this week. So give me the Falcons to win 20-14. I think it will be a closer game than what people think. The Falcons haven't really blown anyone out this season. Pretty much all their games have been close. So, but I trust the Falcons a little bit more to make more plays than the Carolina Panthers. So give me the Falcons by 6 points at Carolina. Next game, we have the Washington Commanders at the Los Angeles Rams. Rams favored by 6.5. Commanders were on the bye, obviously. They did come off a Week 13 loss at home to the Dolphins, 45-15. The Rams coming off of a very high-scoring loss at the Ravens, 37-31. I really liked, even despite the loss, I liked what I've seen from the Rams. They showed a lot of fight. Obviously, they had a lead a couple times in that game, but the Ravens, like I said, they just continued to respond and respond and respond. And there was only so much the Rams could do. They did put themselves in position to win, but obviously they got the punt return. The Ravens were able to take that back for a touchdown, win in overtime there. So like I said, the Rams put themselves in position. They just couldn't make enough plays down the stretch. But overall in this game, I like the Rams to bounce back here 27-19. They should have no problems against this Commanders team, who I believe is tanking the rest of the season as they're sitting here at 4-9. The Rams continue to sit in the playoff hunt. They get a win here. They put themselves right back at the 7th seed. So big game for the Rams. Not so much for the Commanders. So give me the Rams here, 27-19 at home. Next game, we have the 49ers at the Arizona Cardinals. 49ers favored by 13.5. The 49ers coming off the home win against the Seattle Seahawks 20-16. Like I said, they continue to own the Seahawks. Obviously, they were in the early. The Seahawks were in the game early. But the 49ers, like I said, they continue to show why they're the most complete team in football. And like I said, they just continue to win games, and they sit here at the number 1 seed. And it looks like the road to the Super Bowl is going to have to go through the 49ers here. The Arizona Cardinals were on a bye last week. They come off a Week 13 win at Pittsburgh, 24-10. Overall in this game, not much to say. I like the 49ers, 31-20 on the road. Cardinals will cover, but I think the 49ers will still win by double digits. They're just an elite team, most complete team in football here. They should be able to shut down Arizona in that offense throughout that game there. So give me the 49ers to win big time here, 31-20 on the road. Really good game here. We have the Dallas Cowboys at the Buffalo Bills. Bills favored by 2.5. Cowboys coming off a dominant win against their arch rival in the Philadelphia Eagles, 33-13. The Cowboys defense really shut down Jalen Hurts and crew on that side. They really frustrated the Eagles offense the entire game. Dak Prescott continues to take care of the football and stuff like that. Offenses continue to put up points at a high clip. Dallas has a lot of good things going their way. The division's up for them to lose. They're sitting here at second in the NFC as I'm speaking, and if things continue trending in the right direction for them, they can definitely win that division and possibly get the number 1 seed if the 49ers somehow slip up in one of these games here. The Buffalo Bills coming off of a big time road win against the Super Bowl champs in the Kansas City Chiefs, 20-17. Not much to say about that game either. Buffalo did just enough to win the game there, obviously. I really wasn't all that impressed with the win. I expected them. They should have won by more than 3 points. But we look at the Chiefs, like I said, they continue to shoot themselves in the foot by dropping the football, with those receivers and stuff like that, making boneheaded decisions at the end of the game. You saw Tony was lined up offsides. If those things didn't happen, Chiefs probably would have walked away with the win there. But like I said, the Bills did just enough to come out on top there in Kansas City. But overall in this game, it's going to come down to which quarterback can take care of the football. Cowboys are a really good defense here, going up against an improved offense in Buffalo ever since they got rid of Ken Dorsey as offensive coordinator. The Bills' offense has been significantly better, but it's going to come down to which quarterback I trust the most. And in that case, I trust Dak Prescott to make more plays and to take care of the football. I think the Dallas Cowboys defense will be able to turn over Josh Allen in this game, which that will make the difference in the game. So overall, I am taking the Cowboys on the road 26-21. I just think that, like I said, the defense is going to be able to turn Josh Allen over here and there a couple times, and Dak Prescott will continue to take care of the football on the road. The run game needs to improve a little bit more, but like I said, I trust Dallas and what they got going on right now. So give me the Cowboys on the road to win big time here. Or not big time, but to win a close matter, 26-21 in Buffalo. Sunday Night Football, we have the Baltimore Ravens at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ravens favored by 3.5. Ravens coming off a high-scoring win against the Rams at home, 37-31. Like I said, all season, Lamar Jackson is on the mission here. He continues to ball out, and he's definitely in the MVP conversation. The Ravens, they're also a complete team. They can play defense. They obviously didn't play defense last week, but overall in the season, they played phenomenal defense. The offense continues to put up points, and Jim Harbaugh continues to put together good game plans week after week. And like I said, the Ravens are sitting here at number 1 seed, and they just got to continue this momentum going down to Jacksonville. The Jags coming off of a loss at Cleveland, 31-27. Obviously, the Jags still put themselves in position to win, obviously. But you really have to give Cleveland credit. They did just enough to hold off the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road or at home there. And like I said, Jags, they just couldn't make enough plays to beat the Browns there. Overall in this game, this should be a really good game here, but I'm going to trust the Ravens a little bit more in Lamar Jackson. So give me the Ravens here, 27-23. Like I said, I think Lamar using his legs and making plays on the field will be a difference in the game there. I think the Ravens defense will be able to get after Trevor Lawrence and the offense, sack him a few times and stuff like that. But overall, it should be a good game here. But I trust the Ravens more in this game. 27-23 in Jacksonville. Last game of the week, we have a Monday Night Football edition. We have the Philadelphia Eagles at the Seattle Seahawks. Eagles favored by 4 points. Eagles coming off a dominant loss at Dallas 33-13. Not much to say about that. The Eagles just didn't show up another week after getting blown out at home against the 49ers 42-19. I thought the Eagles would show a little more fight in that game against the Cowboys, their arch rival. They just didn't have a response there. And I just think the Eagles, looking at their schedule, I think their schedule is really starting to wear on them a little bit. You played the 49ers the week before, then having to go down against a Dallas team that's hungry and stuff like that. Another good defense, a physical matchup, and they just got outplayed, outcoached, and stuff like that. Pretty much all on both sides of the football against the Cowboys there. The Seattle Seahawks come off a loss at the 49ers 28-16. Like I said, the Seahawks, they just lost to a better team. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. They just lost to a much better team than the 49ers right now. They continue to get owned by the 49ers. They did put themselves in the game early, but like I said, it wasn't sustainable offensively. The 49ers really got after the Seahawks there on offense and just made things difficult, especially in that second half in that game. But overall in this game, this is my upset of the week. Give me the Seahawks 21-20. I just think, like I said, the Seahawks are sitting here at 6-7 right now in the playoff hunt. I think they're going to come out with more desperation. Obviously, a lot of people are picking the Eagles to respond here. It wouldn't surprise me if they did, but I think the Seahawks here, they're fighting for their playoff lives and stuff like that. So I just think they're going to come out with a little bit more desperation, try to get a dub here at home. So give me the Seahawks here, 21-20 in an upset. Now I'll do it. Those are my Week 15 NFL predictions. Comment your picks below, like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoy the game this weekend, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.